What if I told you that for a huge number of web apps, the massive complexity we have all accepted with React isn't just unnecessary, it's actively holding you back? And what if the fix was a tiny 14 KB library that lets you build powerful, dynamic sites using just HTML? For the last decade, the default answer for building anything interactive has been a JavaScript framework. We have been trained to think in components, manage complex state, and build single-page applications, even for projects that are really just simple websites. This has thrown us all into a world of endless complexity. Build tools, bundlers, stage management libraries, and a constant churn of new patterns to learn. It's a feeling so common that developers have a name for it: JavaScript fatigue. Today, we are looking at how a lightweight HTML extension called HTMX is changing the giants of web development by embracing something radical: simplicity. We'll explore its core idea, put it head to head with React, and show you why it might be the refreshingly simple alternative you have been looking for. So stick around, because you might just find the courage to finally delete your node modules folder. Let's start with the real problem. Modern web development, especially in the React world, has become incredibly complex. It's not just a feeling. In a recent survey, 14% of JavaScript developers pointed to framework complexity and too many choices as major sources of pain in their work. They are not just tired, they are burning out. Think about what it takes to spin up a simple React project today. Before you write a single line of your actual app, you are wrestling with a setup that includes TypeScript, a testing framework, linters, formatters, and a bundler like Vite. The node modules directory has become a running gag for its terrifying size. This whole ecosystem was designed to solve the problem of creating hyper-complex app-like interfaces. Think Google Docs or Figma, where every click manipulates an intricate client-side state. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the websites we build aren't Figma. Most of what we do are content sites, dashboards, e-commerce stores, and basic CRUD apps. These are applications that mostly just show data from a server and let users change it. For these jobs, the single-page application model feels like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut. The problem isn't that React exists, it's that it became the default for everything, when it should have been the exception. We started building entire JSON APIs so our React frontend could painstakingly reconstruct the HTML that the server could have just sent in the first place. To really feel the difference, let's look at a task every developer has done: making a button that fetches and displays a list of users. First, let's do it the React way. You create a user list.tsx component file. Inside, you immediately import useState and useEffect. You'll need a state variable for the user data, probably starting as an empty array. You'll need another state for a loading spinner. And why not, a third state for handling any errors. Next, you write a useEffect hook to fetch data when the component first renders. Inside, you write an async function to call your user's endpoint, which of course returns JSON. When the data finally comes back, you call your state setter to update the users and another one to turn the loading state off. But hold on. You have to be careful with your useEffect dependencies to avoid an infinite loop of death. Then, you have to write all the conditional rendering logic. If it's loading, show a spinner. If there's an error, show an error message. If you actually have the data, map over the array and render your list. All of this requires you to be a pro at JavaScript, understand hooks, manage state, and juggle the component lifecycle. For a simple button that shows data, you're writing dozens of lines of client-side JavaScript and managing a handful of different states. Now, let's see the HTMX way. In your HTML file, you write a button and give it two special attributes. That's it. No, seriously, that is all the front-end code you need. Here's what's happening. When a user clicks a button, HTMX sends a GET request to your user's endpoint on your server. But here's the beautiful part. Your server doesn't send back JSON. It sends back a small chunk of ready-to-go HTML, the fully rendered list of users. The HTMX takes that HTML and swaps it directly into the empty div. There's no JavaScript to write, no client state to manage, no build step, no virtual DOM. All the logic stays on the server, right where it used to be in traditional web apps. By simply extending HTML with a few attributes, HTMX gives you all the dynamic Ajax-powered magic you want without the mountain of complexity. And this is the moment where the React approach for this kind of task starts to look a little ridiculous. So how does this magic actually work? HTMX runs on a simple but powerful idea called HTOS, or hypermedia as the engine of application state. It's a ridiculously fancy term for a concept you already understand intuitively. Clicking a link. An anchor tag in HTML tells the browser everything it needs to know. When a user clicks me, make a GET request to this URL and replace the whole page with the response. HTMX just finishes that thought for the modern web. It says any element, not just links and forms, can make any kind of HTTP request. Get, post, put and delete. And it lets you target any part of the page for replacement, not just the entire window. This simple shift in perspective brings 3 game-changing benefits. First, it is radically simple, with a learning curve that's more of a gentle slope. As we saw, you don't need to be a JavaScript wizard to use HTMX. If you know HTML, you are practically expert already. You just have to learn a few attributes like hxget, hxpost and hxtarget. This is a huge deal for backend developers who can now build modern, snappy UIs without ever leaving their favorite language or framework. They just keep doing what they do best, sending HTML. The learning curve is measured in hours or days, not the months it can take to master the React ecosystem. Second, you get a huge performance boost. A typical HTMX application might ship a grand total of 10 to 50 KB of JavaScript. A comparable React app can easily blow past 500 KB. That massive difference means faster load times, especially for users on slower networks or older phones. Initial pages load almost instantly because there is no heavy framework to boot up and no virtual DOM to hydrate. Interactions feel snappy because you are receiving tiny HTML fragments from a fast server. React's virtual DOM is a clever solution for optimizing tons of rapid changes in a complex UI, but that power comes at the cost of a heavy initial load. HTMX is all about getting meaningful content to the user as fast as humanly possible. And third, it massively reduces complexity by unifying your tech stack. HTMX moves the complexity from client back to the server. Instead of building and maintaining 2 separate applications, a front-end SPA and a back-end API, you have one single application that renders HTML. This cuts down on the mental overhead for your entire team. Your backend devs aren't lost trying to debug weird front-end state issues, and your front-end team isn't working in a silo. Development is just faster and cheaper when you're not managing 2 different code bases. Plus, things like SEO work right out of the box because your pages are fully rendered on the server from the start. Okay, let's be real for a second. HTMX is not a silver bullet, and it isn't going to replace React for every single project. The right choice depends entirely on what you are building. HTMX is an absolute beast for server-driven applications. It's the perfect tool for dashboards, admin panels, and other apps heavy on creating, reading, updating, and deleting things. Content-focused sites like blogs, news portals, and e-commerce stores, where a fast initial load and a strong SEO are make or break. Sprinkling some modern dynamic interactivity onto an existing server-rendered application. Teams with strong backend skills who want to build modern frontends without hiring a dedicated JavaScript-focused team. Basically, if your app's main job is to show data from a server and let users interact with it, HTMX is an incredibly strong choice. It's argued that this describes something like 85% of all websites out there. On the other hand, React is still the undisputed king for those hyper-complex client-side apps that feel more like a desktop software living in a browser. You should stick to React if you're building a true single-page application with deeply nested interactive state like a collaborative design tool, a complex real-time dashboard, or an offline-first app. Your app needs an incredibly rich, fluid experience with complex animations and transitions that are all managed on the client. Your team is large and already has a deep investment in the massive ecosystem of React libraries and tools. The big question developers need to start asking themselves is, do I really need a single-page applications? For years, the default answer has been yes. The rise of HTMX is forcing all of us to finally question that assumption. The excitement around HTMX is about a much-needed course correction for web development. It's a return to sanity. HTMX is a proof that you can have modern, dynamic experiences without the crushing weight and complexity of a massive JavaScript framework. It proves that simplicity, performance, and a fantastic developer experience can exist all at the same time. The pendulum is finally swinging back from more JavaScript to smarter JavaScript. So if you are a developer who has ever felt worried by the complexity of the modern frontend, I challenge you to give HTMX a try. Add it to a small side project or sprinkle it into one part of an existing app. You might just discover that the simplest way to build is also the best way. If you're already using HTMX or if you are a die-hard React fan, I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop your experiences in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, as I'll see you soon in the next one. Till then, peace out.